My calling as a call bearer is to help people get through emotionally whatever it is they're going through and how to get to the other side of things. That's what I do. That's what I've been called upon to do. Every once in a while, I try to help people with the homicide of a relative. Do I get information? Yeah. It's not, they're not going to come in like forensic team and give me all this information. I'll get a little bit of information. I'll give you a couple of quick examples. I was called upon by a client down in North Carolina. They were going to do a TV show and they were investigating a missing girl from I believe it was the 70s. Well, let me tell you something. I described everything. All right. I described a crevice in the earth. I said, that's where she is. He said they looked down at it and find her. I don't think they looked well enough because I know that's where she was because I saw it real clearly. I described the 4 people involved. They thought it was the boyfriend. I said, no, it wasn't him because they split up. There were 3 other girls at the time walking with her. I described the girls. I said, it's one girl pushed her down that cavern. He said, well, and I think it was an accident. I don't think it was a vicious act. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, like I said, this is 79. I described them. He sent me photographs. And everybody I described was right there in front of me. Then he told me, I said, well, it was one girl, see if you can get her to talk. He said, well, the parents don't want to pursue this, so we stopped. But the one girl, who's obviously an older woman now, she got very angry and told me to let it go and don't, that was her. Okay, but I was a cop. I know what it is to build a case. I know you need forensic evidence. I know you need proof. I can only guide people. I had somebody else come to me about another homicide. Her parent, okay, was murdered. And I got a lot of stuff for that particular case, but the problem is that my client didn't want to acknowledge who her father really was. All right, and that inhibits me. To her, he was wonderful and great. You know what? I'm going to let that go. Let her believe that because it's not going to change anything. So yeah, I don't think I just don't think I'm going to do the homicide thing anymore, folks. Because although I get stuff, it can't be proven. It's not forensic evidence. All I can do is maybe guide the cops, but the cops don't want anything to do with me. All right. And I kind of get that. So I'm hoping that maybe on the second case I told you, I'm going to talk to the police. Maybe they'll open up to me. Maybe they'll let me see the files. I doubt it because it's still an open case. Maybe something I will tell them will trigger them to pull that cold case off the shelf and look into it again and maybe solve that. So again, sorry folks, the souls for some reason don't want to give me stuff. Finally, the third case, I traveled a great distance at my expense, didn't charge the family to see if we could find this missing person. We knew it was a murder. Gave them a lot of information. Could not find it. We drove by. I asked them to take me by a stream. I asked them to take me by these woods. They drove it, but I didn't feel anything for either place. Well, I got a phone call, probably 11:30 at night. I didn't hear the phone ring, and the message was that they found the body. I called back. They never returned my calls. They ghosted me. I just wanted to know a few things. So maybe I just let them down. They just didn't want to talk to me anymore. Maybe they figured I never really came through for them. I don't know. I'll never know because nobody will talk me from that case. So yeah, guys, I really got to stop with this. As much as I don't want to, I have to. Unless I get validation, unless I get people who appreciate what I do. But by the way, that second case that I spoke about where, it's a cold case, and this happens all the time. What happens is while I'm there supposedly to help them with this homicide or missing persons or whatever, they get information to help them get through what it is that they need to get through. It helps them emotionally. That is the calling. That is what I do all the time with everybody. I help people get through, get to the other side of what they're going through, find the strength to get through what they need to get through. and find hope for them. Okay? That's what I do. I'm not going to walk in and say it was fingerprints over here, fingerprints, hair over here for DNA. That's not what I do. For some reason, that's not what the souls want to do. I don't know why. We don't have all the answers. Remember that. Anyway, guys, listen. I hate to let this type of session go, because that's the cop in me wants to help those people. But, you know, my experiences with my clients has not been a good one. All right? So, anyhow, and I get it, by the way. I understand. They want bigger answers than I can give them. Anyway, guys, always remain hopeful, never hopeless. Always be optimistic, never pessimistic. Stay strong. Keep moving through whatever it is you need to move through. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.